Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. This September 4th, 2018 City Council meeting of the full City Council will come to order. It's 2:00 p.m. I'm Bruce Harrell, President of the Council. Will the clerk please call the roll?
O'Brien. Here. Bagshaw. Here. Herbold.
Here.
Johnson. Here. Juarez. President Harrell.
Here.
6 present.
Thank you very much. If there's no objection, the introduction referral calendar for today will be adopted. Hearing no objection, the introduction referral calendar is adopted, and if there's no objection, today's agenda will be adopted. Hearing no objection, today's agenda is adopted. The minutes of the August 6th and 13th, 2018 City Council meetings have been reviewed, and if there's no objection, the minutes will be signed. Hearing no objection, the minutes are being signed. Presentations, I'm not aware of any presentations we have, so at this point we'll take public comment on item that appears on today's agenda or the introduction referral calendar or our City Council's 2018 work program. And so the public comment will be accepted for 20 minutes and the speakers are limited to 2 minutes of public comment. And if a speaker's comment exceeds the 2 minutes, we'll just likely turn off the microphone, but we ask that you try to comply, and we'll try to be flexible if we can, but also impose the rules. And so I'll just call you out in order with which you've signed, and we're pleased to have first Mr. Alex Zimmerman, followed by, I think it's Betsy Pita, if I'm saying, okay, she'll be second.
Just a comment on my own issue.
Okay, that's fine, but you'll be second, very good. And then following Betsy will be the Honorable Michael Fuller Johnson. Mr. Zimmerman, you're first, sir.
Hi, my dirty, lovely Nazi. Yeah, Führer. Low life, criminal, anti-Semite, tax sucker, and killer. My name is Alex Zimmerman. I once spoke about agenda number 4, about people who you should supposed to be today approved for Seattle Human Rights Commission. 4 times. I want to go to Human Rights Commission, fill application, and reject me. I'm more qualified than everybody. I'm senior citizen. I'm refugee. I have 5 elections. I have 2 class action, and I'm staying in political for all my life, and I cannot qualify for this. Why? Why is a big question. Because what has happened here is exactly what is very interesting, and this is exactly what is I want to speak about this. We have 4 brown Nazi dirty garbage rats who totally violate
Council President, I'm going to ask that you ask Mr. Zimmerman not to impugn my race or the other 3 women of color who are on the City Council. I'd ask that he be deemed disruptive and the mic be cut now. I'm tired of this.
Mr. Zimmerman, you are calling a disturbance, which is a disruption, with your blatant attacks. Please speak to an agenda item or a work program, not
So I want to explain to you why I cannot speak this.
Just allow, you stop the clock. I'm just putting you on notice, as required by the rules, that you're being disruptive with your attacks, just personal attacks. That's nothing to do with our work program or our agenda.
I don't mention name, not nothing. Where is the problem? You violate Open Public Meeting Act, violate your own code. You know what it means? Council code. You violate Constitution, violate everything. What is wrong with you guys?
Start the clock, please.
No, what is wrong with you? I don't broken law, no, for 1 second. You all broken law, all of it. You trespass me many times, every day. Why?
I'm not hearing anything dealing with any City Council issues, sir.
Exactly. I'm talking about number 4 guy who is 2 guy who for Human Rights Commission, and I cannot qualify. Why? Well, this is exactly what is happens is because you are Nazi Gestapo principle use every day. What is motivation? Because I'm a Jew? Because I'm senior citizen? Because I'm low income? Because I'm a refugee? Why? Why I cannot qualify here for speak by Constitution and rule? The high, my Führer.
Our next speaker is Betsy, will be followed by the Honorable Michael Fuller.
Afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Betsy Pito. I've lived here since 2004. I live in a narrow neighborhood in the I-5 corridor that was disrupted, has been disrupted recently by a narrow homeless camp. they have moved on and our neighborhood has returned to normal, more or less. I think it's unfair for the city to let the homeless camp wherever they want. I think it's unfair to let the homeless camp in densely populated neighborhoods like mine, with small yards and narrow streets. God knows they need all the help they can get, and we don't have enough money for the homeless. We feel abandoned by our leaders. And we're not willing to tolerate the disruptions the homeless bring. We don't want them back. I only also want to say I think Seattle's problems are overwhelming. And I thank you for trying to solve them.
Thank you. Following the Honorable Michael Fuller will be Jennifer A.
Yes, this is Honorable Michael Fuller, Sui Juris. I'd like to commend Jenny Durkin, the mayor, for recognizing Johnny Fuller Jr. that served this country over 2.5 decades in the United States Air Force during the Korean War and Vietnam War. And I'm devastated with the city council where you have breached your contract when you came in here talking about a new America, when the old America is in conflict. And when it's a conflict in state constitution and statute, state must yield the federal constitution and statute. United States versus First Bank, September 27, 1983, and Bivens versus 680, 1971. In reference to the letter dated July 5th, 2018, Honorable Michael B. Fuller, sui juris, rebuttal to Mayor Jenny Durkin. After 2.5 decades, I've spoken on issues of our homeless veteran and non-veteran and Black Lives Matter. This is not the changes or dream Black Lives Matter can believe in. September 11, 2001, Title 8 USC 1324-8, offenses, alien, all who took the oath, RCW 204.080, their oath of office, RCW 2.24020, their oath, and RCW 2.48.210, their oath.
Thank you, Honorable.
Admission.
Thank you, sir. Our next speaker will
But
be...
you got to realize, I'm your employer.
Yes, you are, sir. Thank you.
You are the employee.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I will remember that. Thank you, sir. Jennifer A. will be followed by Marguerite Richard. Thank you, Honorable. Please have a seat. Thanks.
The county?
Sit down. You don't tell me to sit down.
If he does this, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
Oh, no, they got it twisted when they did.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. This past week, the City of Seattle renewed the lease of the low-barrier drug tiny houses called Licton Springs. Was there public testimony taken regarding this lease agreement, and if so, where can the testimony be found? The same day, Seattle-King County Health released a notice of an increase in HIV cases among a few North Seattle homeless. Is there a connection? Today, you're voting on extending a moratorium 6 more months related to land use and zoning within the Aurora-Licton Springs Village. This legislation, if passed, would prohibit new, expanding, or converting land uses for businesses such as showroom wholesale and warehouses, etc. Under the financial implications, there is no listing of a financial impact. Why? In my opinion, there is most definitely a loss. Businesses pay taxes. If you don't allow them, then you should be listing the impact of the revenues lost. You're allowing Licton Springs low barrier encampment to remain for 2 years, and the city will pay in part to keep it running. Licton Springs is not going to generate any revenue, yet many businesses listed under this moratorium would have definitely. Today, you'll also be discussing a council bill regarding teaching lawn bowling to the public at Jefferson Park Lawn Bowling. I wish I was making this up. Lawn bowling? Seriously, we have more homeless and those suffering from addiction than ever. We have an active HIV outbreak, and you've got funding and time to discuss lawn bowling. Your priorities are not right. And lastly, Councilmember Juarez, this is for you, if you're listening. I know you've been made aware of the encampment as a large group of people camping in a Seattle City planter box across from the Lake City Post Office. These campers are urinating and pooping in public, even with a porta potty a block away. The human waste is piling up near the post office and near the businesses located at the small mall nearby. The city agency I contacted told me this camp was listed, but is not a priority by the navigation team. I think that human feces on the sidewalk and near the post office is a public health threat, and it needs to be addressed and moved up in its priority.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Marguerite Richard, followed by Christopher King.
Why you cut me off, Bruce? How you let us talk?
I cut her off too. Equal opportunity, cut her off. Following Marguerite Richard will be Christopher King.
Yeah, so this is a significant hour for me to speak in honor of the late Aretha Franklin. I was able to watch quite a bit of the service and saw many of the people that I had the privilege and the honor of gracing the stage with. And I do honor her legacy and what she meant to my life and my uncle's life that owned a record store that sold many of her albums and records as well as other people. But we're going to speed up the process because Michael Eric Dyson mentioned the word fascism, and I hear it used quite a bit here in this rotunda of such. And I'm very sore displeased that this woman has gone on, and yet we're struggling and suffering in our various city, counties, and states and origins, and the human rights international human rights said we exiting from the United Nations. The U.S. is exiting. Now, a lot of the stuff I see is fake news. Just like we have fake people, we have fake news. But if we're skipping like that in this day and age in 2018, we have a problem. And I'm right in focus today in what this is supposed to be all about. It's supposed to be equal protection up under the law. But I get a letter from assistant city attorney telling me, you know, basically you go to hell somewhere else because our problem, your problem is not my problem. Huh? Is that right? My problem is not your problem no more, Mr. Bruce Hale? Huh? I'm asking you. Because, see, you sit up there, you don't say nothing, except those that are privileged for you to honor and curtsy to and bow and all this other kind of fuddy-duddy business. And they said, yeah, you mad at the security guards? It says, those that manage the security and the community police commission and the finance administration.
Thank you, Ms. Richard.
Huh?
Next speaker will be Christopher King.
She said, we're going higher and higher, higher, higher.
Okay.
Good afternoon. As you know, I'm Christopher King, and as you know, I'm a local mortgage professional, and many of you attended a forum that I brainchilded a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, in which you came to that forum ostensibly to address issues of illegal foreclosure, homelessness, things of that nature. Around the same time, you may recall that you retained the services of a colleague of mine, Marie McDonald, to do an audit, a review of the King County Recorder of Deeds vis-a-vis mortgage electronic registration services and the impact that MERS has had in the environment here, okay, in the socioeconomic environment. And Ms. McDonald expressly told you basically to sue MERS, as 11 other counties have done in Oregon, as I pointed out to you. And you would not even let Ms. McDonald present her findings here before you, okay? So I've come now from making movies for Shama when she was a candidate and having you attend a forum of mine to suing you shortly for a public records violation. I came before you 3 months ago pursuant to agenda items, and I asked you to produce any and all notes relative to why you have not, or why the city attorney has not sued MERS as they did down in Oregon. Okay, Multnomah County was the first. They got $9 million. We're at least 3 times the populace of that. We could have $30 million in our coffers for the homeless. Anyway, nobody responded to my public records request, and I followed it up with an email, okay? So if you can show me any scintilla of a response to that, then I won't sue you. I have better things to do. But we have come to that, and I'm sad about that. I'm also sad to know that I can't run my dog anywhere without homeless people, the belligerent ones, arguing at me about running my dog in public and chasing birds. It's a bird dog. That's what she does. It's nature, okay? Meanwhile, these guys are smoking blunts in the park and complaining to me. This homeless issue could be alleviated if you had sued MERS, and you won't even tell me why you haven't done it.
Thank you, sir. Our last speaker will be Mark Cox.
I'm out of here.
Hi, I just wanted to briefly say that people have 2 eyes, those who have eyes, and they don't know how to use them sometimes. They don't see what they should see with their own eyes, even over a course of decades. Okay, so we have 2 public figures who are biological brothers who don't receive recognition by any member of the public to any degree that they are biological brothers. This is Steve Jobs, founder of Apple Computer, and Howard Stern of SiriusXM satellite radio. I know this because they were my neighbors in 1972 on Pamela Crest, where I lived at 1514 Pamela Crest, Redlands, California, in 2nd grade in 1972. Steve Jobs taught me how to break pomegranates on the ground so we could eat fresh pomegranates from a tree of a neighbor's tree that was a pomegranate tree. And they moved away, I think, when I was in 3rd grade. Okay? They don't have the same name today in public as they did when I knew them as a kid in 2nd grade. That is a benevolent instance of a family secret whose nature of hiding is benevolent. We also have situations where, again, people must use their eyes to see, there is malevolent hiding of truth. In the case of Jared Kushner, who is married to Ivanka Trump, who serves as the advisor to the President of the United States of America, he lies to his own children of his Asiatic, Southeast Asian heritage. He is 25% Southeast Asian. His mother is 1/2, 50% Southeast Asian, and her mother is 100% Southeast Asian. He lies so that he does not have to admit to the world that technically, according to the Orthodox, he would be, though he is Jewish through his father, he would be a proselyte if he admitted the truth, even though his own wife and his own children are labeled that exactly by the Orthodox, unfortunately.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. That will conclude our public testimony. Please read the title for the payment of the bills.
Thank you.
Council Bill 119335, appropriating money to pay certain claims and ordering the payment thereof. Council Bill 119336, appropriating money to pay certain claims and ordering thereof. Council Bill 119337, appropriating money to pay certain claims and ordering the payment thereof.
Okay, so we actually have 3 council bills we'll vote on individually, so we'll just go take them in the order. I move to pass Council Bill 119335. All those in favor of passing Council Bill 119335, please call the roll on the passage of the bill.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Bagshaw.
Aye.
Herbold.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Juarez. President Harrell.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
Bill passed and chair will sign it. I move to pass Council Bill 119336.
Second.
Please call the roll on the passage of the bill.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Bagshaw.
Aye.
Herbold.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Juarez. President Harrell.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
Bill passed and chair will sign it. I will move to pass Council Bill 119337. Please call the roll on the passage of the bill.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Bagshaw. Herbold.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Juarez. President Harrell.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
Bill passed and chair will sign it. Just one moment here. Okay, let's move to the first agenda item. Please read the first agenda item. And actually, you could read items 1 through 21.
The report of the City Council, agenda items 1 through 21, appointments 1084 through 1103 and 1105. Appointments of Farah R. Ali as member, Seattle Adventures Commission, Alejandro Castillo as member, Seattle LGBT Commission, Shmitri Chandrashkar as member, Community Technology Advisory Board, Annie Demetrius as member, Seattle Human Rights Commission, Precarious M. Gitter as member, Seattle Design Commission, Veronica Gunther as member, Seattle Planning Commission, Alan Gu as member, Landmarks Preservation Board, Ronnie Hanstead as member, Community Involvement Commission, Carson Dietz Hartman as member, Seattle Design Commission, Deanna M. as member, Seattle Women's Commission, Bonnie R. Lay as member, Urban Forestry Commission, Leah Miller as member, Seattle Commission for People with Disabilities, Johnson Bach Nguyen as member, Seattle Immigration and Refugee Commission, Jose I. Ochoa as member, Board of Park Commissioners, Matt Olesweski as member, Design Review Board, Nilofer Rajgopal as member, Seattle Arts Commission, Samuel James Russell as member, Seattle Center Advisory Board, Lucas Simon as member, Seattle Transit Advisory Board, Manette Stan as member, Seattle Pedestrian Advisory Board, Florence William as member, Seattle Bicycle Advisory Board, and Emma McIntosh as member, Pioneer Square Preservation Board, all for a term to August 31st, 2019.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, for reading that. So we have 21 potential commissioners, and we had the absolute pleasure and honor to meet them this morning. I won't read all of their backgrounds into the record. It's quite lengthy, but I did pass out a document that our Get Engaged partner, the Accelerator YMCA work that is being done, led by Jeff Lindstrom. I passed out to all of you as just a synopsis of each of their very impressive backgrounds. Just for the viewing public, since 2001, the Get Engaged program is a collaborative program of the YMCA and the City of Seattle. It's really dedicated to cultivating the next generation of leaders and for advocating for the influence of young voices in city affairs. And by young voices, we're talking about potential leaders between the ages of 18 and 29. And again, we are very intentional about trying to make sure we establish and hear the youth voice on our commissions citywide. They act in an advisory capacity. They have full voting responsibility. They advise the mayor and the city council and their fellow commissioners, help us shape policy decisions and make recommendations and provide input and civic participation. So again, we heard from nearly all of them this morning, and they certainly were very, very impressive lot. And again, you have their backgrounds in the materials in front of you. Again, the commissions, and I won't read them all, from the Landmarks Preservation Board to the Community Involvement Commission to the Community Technology Advisory Board, the LGBTQ Commission, to Human Rights Commission, et cetera. Certainly we have plenty of commissions and boards, and again, a lot of talent through this Get Engaged program. So we'd ask that we support them, and we want to thank them for their service. Any questions or comments? Okay, so I will move to confirm the appointments 1084 through 1103 and 1105. Second. It's been moved and seconded that the appointments be confirmed. Any further comments? Those in favor of confirming the appointments, please vote aye. 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 Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries and the appointments are confirmed. Okay, please read items 22 and 23.
Agenda items 22 and 23, Clerk File 314366, full unit lot subdivision application of Mark Braseth to subdivide one parcel into 12 unit lots at 3050 61st Avenue Southwest. Council Bill 119334, approving and confirming the plat of Alki 12 in portions of the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter of Section 10, Township 24 North, Range 3 East, WM in King County, Washington.
Councilmember Johnson.
Thank you. This is one of those occasional land use topics that comes straight to full council based on the Seattle Municipal Code requirements for us to take action within a specific time frame. So here we are taking action with these two pieces of legislation to allow the final subdivision of a property just a couple of blocks from Alki in District 1. The property has been reviewed by the Department of Transportation, the Department of Construction and Inspections, and central staff. It's consistent with the hearings examiner's recommendations on this project, which was completed in November of 2017. And the plat essentially, these actions essentially facilitate the conversion of a single-family parcel to 12 unit lots for sale or lease of 12 row houses that are under construction. And this final action allows for those 12 units to actually be listed and on the market. Happy to answer questions, but I'm not seeing any. So with that, I'll just move to place the clerk file on file.
Is there a second? Second. Okay, any further questions on this? First, we'll do the clerk file. Any further questions? It's been moved and seconded that the application be filed. Those in favor of filing the application, please vote aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries and the application is filed. Did you need to speak on the council bill as well, or should we move forward?
The council bill does the real work here, and so the clerk file allows for us to proceed, and the council bill is the final action. So those are related documents. There's nothing left for me to add.
Very good. Any further questions or comments? I'll move to pass Council Bill 119334.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the bill pass. Please call the roll on the passage of the bill.
O'Brien. Bagshaw. Aye. Herbold. Aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Juarez. President Harrell.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
The bill passes and the chair will sign it. Please read the next report.
The report of the Civil Rights, Utilities, Economic Development, and Arts Committee, Agenda Item 24, Council Bill 119308, relating to water services of Seattle Public Utilities, revising water rates and charges for service to wholesale customers and amending Section 21.04.440 of the Seattle Municipal Code. The committee recommends the bill pass.
Councilmember Herbold.
Thank you. This piece of legislation relates to wholesale water rates in the Southwest subregion. The Southwest subregion includes Highline, Des Moines, and Burien. The city of Seattle sells water on a wholesale basis to over 20 suburban cities and utility districts, and the cost allocations and rates are set through water supply contracts. Last fall, the council adopted the other wholesale water rates for the other regions, but the Southwest subregional surcharge was delayed through changes in metering equipment and the need to complete a rate study before approving those new rates. The new surcharge for the Southwest region is decreasing, and it works out to be about a $380,000 a year decrease because of past overcollection. This is fairly common, and rates are adjusted every 3 years to account for over or undercharging. And also there's been a decrease in demand that was previously incorporated but has been delayed past 2023.
Very good. Any further questions or comments? If not, please call the roll on the passage of the bill.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Bagshaw. Aye. Herbold. Aye. Johnson.
Aye.
Juarez. Aye. President Harrell.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
Bill passed and the chair will sign it. Please read items 25 and 26.
Agenda items 25 and 26, appointments 1071 and 1063, appointments of Byron Simpson as member, Seattle LGBT Commission for a term to April 30th, 2019, and appointment of Sibel Roizen as member, Seattle LGBTQ Commission for a term to April 30th, 2020. The committee recommends these appointments be confirmed.
Councilmember Herbold.
Thank you. Byron Simpson is a council appointment to the LGBTQ Commission. Byron identifies as a queer, non-binary, trans, British expat holding permanent residency status in the United States. They have been a LGBTQ activist for 15 years, focusing on marginalized people across cultures and borders. Sable is a commission appointment to the LGBT Commission. Sable is queer, non-binary artist who hopes to improve recognition and representation of non-binary and trans individuals with their photography and videography skills.
Very good. Any further comments or questions? All those in favor of confirming these appointments, please vote aye. Aye. Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries and appointments are confirmed. Please read agenda item number 27.
Agenda item 27, appointment 1064, appointment Daniel Kogita as member, Seattle Commission for People with Disabilities for a term to April 30th, 2020. The committee recommends the appointment be confirmed.
Councilmember Herbold.
Thank you. Daniel Kogita, known as King Kogita, is a commission appointment to the Commission for People with Disabilities. King is a multifaceted artist and community organizer who's become a prominent figure in the Seattle hip-hop community. King's work to unify and empower the community is demonstrated through over 20 years of art and community service.
Very good. Any further comments? All those in favor of confirming the appointment, please vote aye. Aye. Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries and the appointment is confirmed. Please read items 28 through 32.
Agenda items 28 through 32, appointments 1065 through 1069. Reappointments of Ida Bell Foss, Lakeisha Jackson, Sochi Megovich, Rachika Telshaya, and Tanya Yasu as members of Seattle Women's Commission for a term to July 1st, 2020. The committee recommends these appointments be confirmed.
Councilmember Herbold.
Thank you. Ida Bell is a council reappointment to the Women's Commission. As a bilingual and multicultural woman, she brings a wealth of personal and professional experience to her work. Ida Bell is a longtime commission member who has dedicated her career to fighting for racial and gender equality and social, economic, and reproductive justice for all people.
Do you
want me to do them all together?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Lakeisha is a council reappointment to the Women's Commission. Keisha earned a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Sociology from Western Washington University and is a Master's of Arts in Student Development Administration from Seattle University. Currently, she works for Microsoft as a Digital Communications Manager. Sochi is a council reappointment to the Seattle Women's Commission. Sochi is the political director for Washington CAN, where she manages 2 community organizers and advocates for racial, social, economic, and gender justice issues. Sochi graduated from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill with a BA in Peace, War, and Defense and a BA in Political Science. And Rashika is a council reappointment to the Women's Commission. Rashika is the author of The Diversity Advantage, Fixing Gender Inequality in the Workplace. Through her company Candor, Rashika advises organizations on communication and diversity and inclusion strategy. Finally, Tana is a council reappointment to the Women's Commission. She is a Seattle native who was raised in the Rainier Valley neighborhood and is currently living and working in West Seattle. She is a small business owner, community activist, and writer for the Northwest Facts Media Group.
Very good. Any questions or comments? Those in favor of confirming the appointments, please vote aye. Aye. Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries and appointments are confirmed. Please read agenda item number 33.
Agenda item 33, appointment 1070, appointment of Pamela Schwartz as member of Seattle Human Rights Commission for a term to January 22nd, 2020. The committee recommends the appointment be confirmed.
Councilmember Herbold.
Thank you. Pamela Schwartz is a mayoral appointment to the Seattle Human Rights Commission. She is a community activist focusing on social justice and equal rights and is a third-generation Seattleite currently living in West Seattle.
Very good. Any further questions or comments? Those in favor of confirming the appointment, please vote aye. Aye. Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries and the appointment is confirmed. Please read the report of the Housing, Health, Energy, and Workers' Rights Committee.
The report of the Housing, Health, Energy, and Workers' Rights Committee, agenda item 34, resolution 31833, relating to the City Light Department acknowledging the 2018 Integrated Resources Plan Progress Report and conforming with the public policy objectives of the City of Seattle and the requirements of the State of Washington, and approving the progress report for the biennium September 2018 through August 2020. The committee recommends the resolution be adopted.
Councilmember Bagshaw.
Thank you. I'm pinch hitting here for Councilmember Mosqueda. This resolution will adopt the mid-plan progress report for what is a state-mandated integrated resource plan for Seattle City Light. It's actually required by our state statute, and it requires City Light to invest in a broad resource mix. What I like about this is it's a long-term planning tool to ensure that our utility prepares for the next 20 years. And we are doing a lot already and have been for decades to increase conservation and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So this effort really supports the resolutions out of this council toward carbon neutrality and to meeting our growth loads through conservation and renewable energy. And just as a heads up, as we are going to be looking at the new City Light Director and going through this committee, is that I want to dovetail on this resolution to require and really explore clean energy options and a national transition plan, what Seattle City Light can be doing locally and through the state as a leader. So you will be hearing more about this, but in the meantime, this resolution adopts this mid-plan update, and it came out of our committee unanimously recommending full council approval.
Thank you. Any further questions? Those in favor of adopting the resolution, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, vote no. The motion carries. The resolution is adopted, and the chair will sign it. That concludes our agenda. Is there any further business coming for the council? If not, we stand adjourned, and everyone have a great rest of the afternoon.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.